So, did a little bit of reading. Interesting note, the aquatic monsters, although they're invisible, the in-game model is a tiny ball, because they had to have a entity model. Well, don't know if they had to, but apparently it's a tiny ball. Tiny pink ball. Also, I'm gonna go over broken and try going back up, because the gears that I fixed in Agrippa's room may lead to a machine up here. I still feel like there was a pair of levers up here that I didn't mess with. Or a pair of levers somewhere. And I'm hoping they're up here. Game froze for a second. Just gonna move past that. But I'm gonna hope that the levers might have been up here and that I just walked past them. Whoa! There's a roach on my screen. I didn't check these rooms, did I? How much you want to bet? Yep. There's the two levers I didn't mess with earlier. Okay. I'm just gonna check this wall there. How much do you want to bet this is what that gear fixed? I should probably move a little slower. Eh. Nah, let's run.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Confused by the fact that he feels remorse, yet is willing to throw me to the shadow. You come from a very strange land, my friend. Who's crying? Run, 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 run. That opened those two doors, at least.
Ah, you again. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Thank you. You could have given me a bit of a hint, though, if you knew the doors needed to be opened. I hear blubbing. Ah. There's a carrick in the well, there's a carrick in the well. I can hear him. The fear had begun to drown him again. He reached once more for the empty bottle of laudanum. In frustration, he smashed it against the bedpost. This area isn't disturbing at all. Sarcasm intended. Different magical symbols on the
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Is that a staircase to nowhere? Staircase in the middle of a room. Up, 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 up we go. It's a very ominous vibe in the air. Paintings. Oh, okay. It's a very nice room. Buzzsaw. String. Note. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I cannot stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem. but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, preceded by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then to continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also apply the pain in doses, if possible, with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subside, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim does not behave as expected, it is likely all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. Oof. What does this one say? Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountain top. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I cannot return home now, I shall perish. Oil. Yeah, the whole description of torture and all, very unsettling, very well written. Like, you know, feeling this is not going to be a fun area for me as an empath. I'm loving the staircase. Inexplicable spiral staircase in the middle of a room, I am assuming as part of a support structure. A room that large benefits from having supports. Pipes everywhere. Pipes. It's Mario's pipe dream. Coming to a theater near you. Is that a refrigerator? Oh, piece of orb. If I touch it, it does stuff. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Oh, I see. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Ooh. I get it now. Yeah, the shoulders are not meant to move that way. Interesting note here. I remembered that from Markiplier. If you touch the torture implement, he relives the memory and you get the sound effects. Some of which are not the most pleasant. Excuse me for that. Ugh, my shoulders hurt now. Okay. We did get a piece of orb though. Texture and colors are constantly changing. That's more what I imagined it to be. Yeah, very alien sounding.
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good.
Oh, Lord, not a Judas
You're a man.
cradle.
How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Oh, it is a Judas cradle. Oh.
Please, do anything. Whatever you want. do anything. I'm
Yeah, there's a reason this one doesn't have a picture on the wall. Oh, death by Judas Cradle is most unpleasant. Depending on your gender, they put the point at a certain location and slowly lower you down over a couple of days. I'm not going to get any more descriptive than that. This is, okay, I was going to call this family friendly, but bloodstains along the floor kind of tell me I can't make that claim. So, the arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off of the impaler. It did not take much time to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method. It was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. There should be an orb. I saw a glitter of purple. I'm tripping on bags of wheat. Oh, well, that dissipated the unpleasant feelings of it. Oof. Interesting side note. So far, all of these have been torture methods actually employed in reality. Let's find out if the third one is. Ugh. 4 more to go. Oh, that's the sound of a saw. No. Tinderbox. ... That does not bode well for sanity. Picked up the piece of orb. And light that. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flowing from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and would not move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Why does the blood need a vessel? Blood can be reached. Find a way to lower it. Why am I wanting to lower it? You know what? I don't know why it wants me to, but... Glass jar of blood. I just noticed interesting note. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, I noticed one of them, if you like touched the torture implement or messed with the crank, it gave you an actual effect, so I wasn't sure if that rang true for that one or not. And now I'm going to, out of curiosity, go it's never a fun sound. Yes, the sight of a Judas cradle at the end of a long hallway does not help. Okay, so there's no hand crank or anything for raising or lowering chains on that one. I'm gonna go back to the spiral staircase. You know what? I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna rest a little bit. Ugh. See y'all next time.